Shalom, Israel. Well, the ICPK started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohanan. The ICPK been established since 1969, teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian that they are the true Israelite according to the Bible. The ICPK is not affiliated with any other Israelite group. On today's ICPK Chattanooga scripture breakdown, we're gonna speak about Kanye West and about apologizing for speaking the truth. That's one thing we should never do, man. If you're in the truth, if you know the truth, man, if you know who we are, you should never apologize for speaking the truth, man. It's not like what you say was wrong. It's not like what you say was not the truth. Because the real Jews, according to the Bible, are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. That's who the real Jews are. It ain't them so-called Israelis that's in Israel right now calling themselves Jewish. Because the suffix ish means to be like, to pretend to. So that means they trying to be like you. So why are you apologizing? Kanye West, you did all that just to turn around and apologize to the Jewish community, knowing that you know the truth, man. You know who are the real Jews according to the Bible. You know that we don't. That's in the ghetto. That's in the projects. Are the real Jews. But that's all these celebrities. That's why we cannot look up to these people as role model or leaders, because they'll speak the truth, but turn around and go apologize. Because why? It's all about that money. Because who run the media? Who run the Diamond District? Who run Hollywood? Who run everything? The Jewish man. They got everything, and they run everything. So of course, man, I don't know. Kanye West, he folded at the end, which he should have never did, man. He should have kept that. He could have kept that truth, because that's the truth. What you speaking is not no lie. We are the real Jews. The real Jews are black. It ain't the ones in Israel calling themselves Jewish, man. Because they know truthfully they're not the real Jews according to the Bible. If we read the Bible and do your history, look up the archaeology, you will see that who the real Jews are, man. It's our history is in the scripture, is in the Bible, letting us know where all the 12 tribes of Israel are going to be at in the later days. And that's how we found out, we came about to knowing that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian are the biblical Jews of the Bible. We are the biblical Israelite of the Bible. Not the one that's in Israel calling themselves Israeli. You don't see them calling themselves Israelites, because they know the difference between the Israelites and the Israeli. The Israeli is somebody that's just inhabited in the land of Israel. And Israelite is who you descended from, your lineage or your bloodline. That's why they don't call themselves Israelite, but Israelis, because they know they're not the real children of Israel. They know they're not from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's why they don't call themselves Israelites. We call ourselves Israelite because we know where we came from. We know our lineage. We know our pedigree. We know where we came from, man. We know our bloodline. We know who we descended from. They don't know. They cultural vultures. That's all they is. Because they don't got no culture. They don't got the oppressor. They were trying to be everybody except themselves, man. They'll play any part to be them, everybody else, but they won't be themselves. Because they don't have no culture. They don't have nothing. So they want to steal our identity, which is the biggest identity theft of all. And now they're making billions of dollars off of our name. And America is sending them billions of dollars each year. Like, just because why? Because the Israelite, the so-called Israelis is blackmailing America, because they know that who America have. They know America got the children of Israel, the real Jews, in captivity right now. So why are you apologizing for something that you know is the truth? You know it's the truth. But that's why all these celebrities, all these stars, they brought out about what money, man. It's at the end of the day, with them, it's all about that money. They don't care about the lives of blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian. They don't care the condition that we live in. They see the poverty our people in, and they too was in that situation. They too came from that poverty, but yet they don't have no regards for our life, because it's all about that money. They know how people are struggling. They know how people are strung out on drugs. But do they care? Nah, man, they don't care. They would rather go to Africa and help the Africans out. They would rather send money to Ukraine and these other overseas countries, but they won't help the blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian that's right here in captivity in the United States. They won't do it. Because United States, you know, they love their messes too much for their money. That they're gonna turn their back on their own people, man. And Kanye West, he folded, like he did all that time, keep going, running with what he said. And at the end, you know, if you're not in the truth, man, you're gonna fold regardless, man. You're gonna fold if you're not in the truth. If you're not standing firm in this truth, man. If you're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandment of the Most High, you're gonna fold. All these other celebrities, what you think they did? They all folded, man. And you think these are the people that we're supposed to look up to? They're the people that we're supposed to look up to as leaders for Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian, as role models? Nah, man, because they're gonna fall at the end. They're gonna turn their back on us. They ain't finna stick with us. At the end of the day, it's gonna be all about that paper. That's all they care about, man. Just like your Christian pastors. Your Christian pastors do not care what you do outside of that church. As long as you bring in that money and pay your tithes, that's all they care. They don't care about you or your family. All they care is about your money, molesting your children, and you know that's it. You think they care about you? No, the only people that care about Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian is Commended General Yohanan and the ISUPK. We're the only one that care about the Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian. We love our people, man. That's why we put our life on the front line. And we'll say the things that all people are afraid to say, because cancel who? Cancel what? We ain't gonna back up. We ain't gonna apologize for speaking the truth, because we know the truth. We're gonna stand firm in this truth, man. We're gonna stand firm in this truth. We ain't gonna back down for nobody, man. Because King Yahushua Mashiach in the Hebrew, who y'all ignorantly call Jesus Christ in the English language, he's gonna come back and redeem his people, redeem Israel, and deliver us out of this hellhole that we in this captivity that we in, man. So why you apologizing for? You did all that just to apologize, man. Just so you could be right back on the billboards of the next black billionaire. That's all these people care about, man. They don't care about the lives of the Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man. He should have never apologized. And we're gonna be on that stick and stay where we're gonna stay and mean it. And we're not gonna turn our back. We're not gonna fold, no matter what. They could bring all the pressure they want. Commander General Yohanan taught us not to back down, and we are not gonna back down. We ain't not gonna fold. That's why we are no cowards, man. That's why we are not affiliated with no other Israelite group. And that's why we ain't no Christian, we ain't no Muslim, none of that. Cause we're not gonna fold, man. We're gonna say the truth, and we're gonna stick to the truth, man. Cause the truth is the truth. I mean, it's in the Bible, it's in the scripture. So what you backing off for? Why you ain't sticking to the truth? You know who the real Jews are. So why is you now apologizing for, man? Because you want to be back up, you want to be a billionaire again. That's why. That's the only reason he backed off, because he want to be back in that status of a billionaire. But while our people out here in the ghettos, in the projects, in the bios, and everything, we just struggling, man. We are struggling. We in poverty. And the scripture like the scriptures say, we got to prove all things. We're gonna prove all things that the Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian are the real Jews according to the Bible. And we ain't gonna apologize for speaking the truth. And we're not, man. We're gonna, because it's in the scripture. It's in black and white. How can you go against something that is black and white? And they call us anti-Semitic. How we anti-Semitic and it's not even Semitic, Shemitic? How we gonna be anti-Shemitic when we come from the same lineage? Yeah, the so-called oppressor, so-called white men, they come from the same lineage too. They come from Shem, and we also come from Shem, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. So how are we gonna be anti-Shemitic when that's the bloodline we come from? But the bloodline, it was not made with the oppressor. Remember, Isaac had two sons, Esau and Jacob, who he made his covenant with. He ain't made his covenant with Esau, he made his covenant with Jacob. Esau is the progenitor, the forefather of the so-called, Caucasian race. Jacob is the progenitor, the forefather of the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. That's who the Most High made his covenant with. That's why he said from our father Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. and he will bless his descendant from on. He ain't met it with Esau. So that lets you know who the real Jews are according to the Bible, man. And you know we're gonna read it. We're gonna prove it through the scriptures. This ain't just my word I'm speaking. This ain't something I'm just making up. Like the scriptures that prove all things, and that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so we're gonna go to the book of First Thessalonians, chapter 5, verse 21. It said, prove all things, hold fast that which is good. It said, prove all things, man. You think this is something that we just saying, man? You think we're gonna apologize for speaking the truth and telling all people that you are the real Jews according to the Bible, telling this black man that you are the real Israelite according to the Bible, telling that Hispanic and Native Indian men and women in China that you are the lost 12 tribes of Israel? It said to prove all things, man. And that's what we're going to do. That brother that's out there getting high, selling drugs to his people, that sister that's on the stripper pole, you know, on the corners, being a prostitute, letting them know that you are the real children of Israel. You are the true Jews according to the Bible. And they say to prove all things. You think we're just making this up? Because some of our people, they so brainwashed by Christianity. That's why we say Christianity is a hell of a drug. It's worse than crack cocaine, man. Because our people, when you tell them the truth according to the Bible that they are the real Jews, they look at you, they look at us like we crazy. They look at us like we don't know what we're talking about. Because they're too busy running up in them Christian church. And look at, come on now. You know, you should know them Christian churches a joke. Look at TD Jake. Look all these Christianities. Look all your Christian pastors, man. Look what they're doing. And these are the people these are the so-called leaders that our people want to run to. And thinking that they're the men of God, thinking that they're going to tell the truth. Like they know what they're talking about. All along, they're lying to our people. All along, they're robbing our people, man. Because all they care about is their money and molesting their children and sleeping with our people or your women. They're not going to tell you the truth, man. So we're going to prove all things. Then it's a hold fast to which is, it's like, and say, hold fast to which is good. What is good? This truth, this knowledge, man. The law, statutes, and commandment of the Most High. That is good, man. You're doing the word of the Most High. You're doing what you got to do. You standing firm, man. You're not apologizing for speaking the truth. Like Kanye West and these other so-called leaders, so-called celebrities and superstars. That's what we're telling our people, man. If you're not in the truth, you're not nice. If you're not in the ISUPK, you are not in the truth, man. Because they don't know what's good. Just like the scriptures say, our people would rather hear lies than the truth. They would rather accept the evil that they make evil is good and good for evil. They want you to sweet talk them like the Christian pastors. Sweet talking you, man. That's all they do. Sweet talking our people into making them rich even more. They don't keep this truth. They don't stand fast to what is good. They fold every chance they get. Cause why? It's about their money, man. America is nothing but a big economy that runs off money, that runs off the backs of blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian. That's how they get rich. That's how they make money. Cause why? We are the biggest consumer of all. Why do you think all these other nations come to America and get a loan from America, and where they set up their business at? In our neighborhood. They set up their business in our neighborhood Because they know we're going to spend money. They know we are the biggest consumer, man. They know that. And not too long, it's a sidebar. Guess what just passed? Christmas, so-called the birth of Christ. Christ was not born on Christmas. Have nothing to do with the birth of Christ, man. It said Christ was not born on the dead of winter. It said during the haste. It's clearly telling you in the Bible that he wasn't born in the hate. What time? What around what season does the hate come? Springtime. It's around spring, not in the dead of winter. Christmas is in the Bible, but it says it's a vain thing, meaning it's nothing. It means nothing, meaning Christ. That's not the birth of Christ. And all so-called, the first thing people want to say, oh, it's for the children. So you tell me you got to wait once a year to give your kids a present? You got to wait once a year? Why can't you give them a present or toy like every other week or every day, whatever? But you got to wait that once a year? Don't you know that's another form of worshiping another God? That's just the side I was saying, because Christmas just passed. Had to throw that in to let our people know that you find the culture of this nation that hate you, black man, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. But we want to apologize to them. They're the same people. The Jewish men that's in Israel right now, and the America, the so-called Caucasian race that's over here, in France and Turkey, whatever, they're the same people. They come from the same forefather, Esau. That's why they call themselves the Edomites. They are the Edomites. That's what we don't. Well, they don't. Some of them don't know that they're the Edomites, but they are the Edomites, descendant of Esau. But yet they're trying to expand themselves, like separate themselves from not being the same people. So they call themselves French, Germany, whatever, Russia, Americans. But they are from the same forefather, man. Esau is their forefather. And that's why they call the Edomites. Why they call the Edomites? Because we call them red. They ain't so called, white. Because if you look at white, that's not the color they is. They are red, just like the scriptures say. Because they blood show through their veins, man. Because if you look at the oppressor, no matter what he do, he could smile, he could be laughing, he could be blushing, he could get mad, he could be in that sun, he gonna be red, man. White thing, a lot of for Benjamite, which is so-called Jamaican, white thing they call them the red men. Because they are red, they ain't so-called white. White is a color, black is a color. We are not black, we are brown, different shade of brown. And they are different shade of red. You got from dark red to light red. And that's who they are, man. It say prove all things, man. That's what we're finna do. It say prove all things. Hold fast to which is good. The truth is good, man. Do not apologize for speaking the truth. If you know the truth, why are you gonna apologize for? Why are you gonna apologize for? Don't you know this kingdom is falling? America's gonna be no more. Don't our people know that? America's not gonna be here anymore, man. So why are you apologizing for knowing the truth of the Bible? For knowing who your people is, man? For knowing that you are the real Jews according to the Bible. So you want to apologize to somebody that's oppressing you, somebody that wants you on the bottom? No, man. You gotta keep you gotta stand firm to this, man. All right, so now we're gonna prove it, just like the scriptures say, prove all things, man. We're gonna prove that who the real Jews are according to the Bible. We're gonna prove that when we say that black, Hispanic, and the Native Indian are the real Jews, we're not gonna apologize for that, because we're gonna prove it in the scripture that it say blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian are the real Israelite according to the Bible. We are the real Israelite. And we ain't gonna apologize for speaking the truth in the ISUPK under Commander General Yohanan. So we're gonna go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. It said, Judah mourneth. The word Jew is short for Judah. If a lot of people ain't know that, that's where they get the word Jews from. It's from the word of Judah. It said the real Jews are in mourning right now, man. We've been in mourning for over 400 years. We've been in mourning. We've been going through it. We've been getting castrated. We've been getting hung on trees. Our children was being what you call it, used as alligator baits. You go serve the oppressor and you come home with your army uniform. You still get hung on tree. It's so-called 2003 and our people still getting hung on trees, man. We still being oppressed. We still getting unalive on these streets by the same system which was meant to protect us. So-called to protect us, but it was never meant to protect Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. The system was always meant to oppress us, keep us oppressed, man. Our people are the one that's in the ghetto in the project. We don't that gotta work. We don't that gotta work. 3 to 5 jobs just to pay our rent, just to pay our bills, whatever. We don't that's last hired and first fired. Our people are the one that's strung out on drugs, unaliving each other on the streets, selling drugs to our people just to make it. Cause why? The system that the oppressor has put in place for us by putting drugs in our neighborhood, putting guns in our neighborhood to have hatred towards that Black man, have a hatred towards that Hispanic or Native Indian man for survival of the fitness, to see who could be the biggest kingpin on the block, who could push the most weight. They don't push abortion clinic in all our neighborhood, which got our female aborting over 300,000 babies a year. And this is from a lady, and she knew who to go to get the woman to commit this act, this sin against the Most High by unaliving their baby. They went straight to your Christian pastors, man. It was an article about that. And he said Christian Margaret Singer, she even said in an interview, the main purpose is for that to eliminate the Black population. That was her main purpose for it. But yet, and our sisters still run in them abortion clinic, man. You know the consequences. You know the consequence and repercussion of having sex, man. Of having unprotected sex. It's either you get pregnant or you're gonna catch something. But you know, most likely you will end up getting pregnant. If you don't want to get pregnant, tell that man to wear a condom or keep your legs closed. Don't go abort that baby. But your Christian pastor will tell you, or if he ain't doing nothing, blase squazy and stuff, go get an abortion. When it's wrong, when it's against the Bible, when it's against the Most High, to get an abortion, man, to unalive your child. That's what we tell each and every day our people to get out of them Christian church, man. You're not gonna learn anything in them Christian church. Not one thing at all. They say the real Jews are in mourning right now, man. Yeah, so-called Israel and Palestine is going to war. Them Israelites not in mourning. Because if you do your history, who runs the Diamond District? Who runs Hollywood? Who runs the media? Who runs the music industry? Who runs those? The Jewish men. They run it. They run these things here, man. And America is sending them billions of dollars each year. How they in mourning right now? And look at the condition Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian now. And we've been in this country for over 400 years. Look at our condition. Look what our people going through. And they still got Mexican kids, children in the border in cages on the borders. And no one's stepping up about that. And no one's saying anything about that. Look how blacks are strung. Look how we strung out on drugs, man. But you say those people on Israel are the real Jews? And you want to apologize to those people, man? and you knowing that you say out your own mouth that blacks are the real Jews, but you want to turn around and apologize to them people, to them, when they done got rich off of our name, off of our identity. They done got rich. These people run everything just by saying they are Jewish. Now we say we are the real Jews, or we anti-Semitic. How the hell we gonna be? So like, how are we gonna be anti-Semitic? We're not anti-Semitic, man. That's why you gotta hold truth. You gotta stand. You gotta hold fast to this truth, man. But our people don't know that because they're not in the truth. Cause why? They're in the Christian church. They're in the world, man. They don't know the scriptures. Could they run up in the Christian church? They're not gonna learn anything, man, at all whatsoever. And it said in the gates thereof language. It said the gates thereof language. What's the gate for? When you have a gate around your house, it's for protection. It's to keep intruders out. People that's trying to come harm you, do bad things to you. That's what a gate for, man. It's to protect you. And who's the protector of the blacks, so-called blacks? Who the so-called protector of blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian? Your political leaders. Your so-called Christian pastors. They were supposed to be a protector. They were supposed to stand up for blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian. But it said they language, they failed us, man. They was brought out by that money. They was brought out. They was too greedy for that money, so they sold us out, man. So it say they language, they failed us. Our protection failed us. They were supposed to stand. That's why you don't see no. The only time you see Al Sharpton come up is when the government sent them out there to hush black, Hispanic, Native Indian. Kawhi. When all people getting on live on the street, something going to happen. The oppressor know that we are right about to start. Like George Floyd, who they sent up? Al Sharpton. That's the only time you see him. That's the only time you see Jesse Jackson. That's the only time you see. Your Christian church not even gonna say nothing. Your pastor not even gonna say nothing about it. They're not even gonna speak about it. They're gonna go home, chill in their $1 million mansion, ride around in their luxury cars. They ain't gonna step up, say nothing about it. They have failed black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. That's why I say in the gates thereof language, man, they don't fail us. The only people that love blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian is Commander General Yohana, man, in the ISUPK. That's why we put our life on the front line each and every week. That's why we say we're going to war, man, because any given moment, anything could happen while we're out there. And it done happen plenty of times. We had to go against another nation, and sometimes we had to go against our own people, man. Because why they too brainwashed into this Christianity, not believing that we are the true Jews according to the Bible, not believing that we are the true Israelite according to the Bible, man. So they want to go against us. But we love our people. That's why we're willing to lay down our life for our people. We know what could happen in the moment. That's why Christ said, ain't no greater love than that. For a man willing to lay down his life for his friend, man. If you're willing to lay down your life for your nation, your people, man, ain't no greater love than that. Besides loving the Most High, putting the Most High first. That's the second commandment, loving your people, man. Willing to lay down your life for your people, man. Your Christian pastor is not willing to do that. Your political leaders is not willing to do that. Only time they do that, only time you see them is when the oppressor want to put a pacifier up to keep us hushed, to keep us quiet, to keep us in a docile state of mind. That's the only time you will see your so-called political leaders, man. Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton, but you will not. You ain't gonna see your Christian pastor. You ain't gonna see TDJ. You ain't gonna see Creflo Dollar speaking about the issues that are going on around with blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man. You're not gonna see that. You're not gonna see them nowhere, but you will see them driving around or hugging up on another man. That's all you're gonna see. Or sleeping with your woman, or going to do something with a prostitute, or meeting a little boy in the hotel. That's how you're gonna see them. Or hiding their money in the wall. But who you gonna see on the streets on the corner? The ISUPK, telling our people the truth according to the Bible, telling our people the things that your political leaders, your superstars, your celebrities are afraid to say. Man, we're gonna be the one that say it. We know they can't cancel us. Cancel us for what? Because we speaking the truth. They know we're not gonna apologize. We telling the truth according to the Bible, and we're proving all things according to the Bible, man. And say the Gates has language, man. And they say they are black. It said the real Jews are black. It ain't say the real Jews are the people that's in Israel. It said they are black unto the ground. Now, if you dig up the ground, the dirt, whatever, that's why we say we ain't black. We are brown skin from a different shade of brown, from dark to light. Now, that's why when it say they are black unto the ground, remember the Bible speaking metaphor. It's a slang the Bible speaking. The Most High and Christ speaking slang. That's why when Christ speaking parables, he's speaking of slang. He's speaking in metaphor. So a lot of people not going to understand it. Just like our oppressor, when we say something in terms that we say in our way, they don't understand it. It said they are black unto the ground. Because if you dig up the dirt, you'll find different shade of colors of brown in it. That's what it's telling you. The real Jews are so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Like it. Like it. We're going to further prove all things, man, that who the real Jews are according to the Bible, and why we should never apologize for speaking the truth, man. Why we should never apologize for saying that we are the real Jews, man. Because we're going to go to the book, we're going to bring up history where it said what the real Jews went through. And what we're going to see who fit these curses and who don't. It was the so-called Jewish man or the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. We're going to see who fit these curses that are written in the scriptures. We're going to go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. It says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Now, if we look up in the scripture, the word Egypt just means bondage, house of bondage. Remember, throughout history, where was who was the first country that had the Israelite, the 12 tribes of Israel in captivity, in bondage? Egypt. Egypt had us in slavery, man. He said, shall bring thee again. He said, shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Nah. This is the question we must ask ourselves. How did we get over here in the coast of America? Or the island, the Caribbean? How did Black Hispanic got over here? We ain't flew over here on no plane. It wasn't no planes back then. It wasn't no airplanes back then, man. He said, we got here. It said, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. How did the so-called African American man was brought over here in the United States with ships, man? How was the Haitian, the West Indies was brought to the Caribbean by ships into bondage where you had to shackle up, you had chains around your arms and your feet. And what happened to the Jewish man? How did they got into it? Did that happen to them? When they went to Germany, how did they got over there? How did they get over there? They ain't went over there on no ships. They voluntarily got on the plane, on the train. They boarded the train and went to Germany to look for jobs. That's how the so-called Jewish men got to Germany. They wasn't taken by force. They wasn't taken by their will over there. No, they willingly, voluntarily got on them trains and went to Germany, man. That's how they got over there. And they wasn't they was looking for jobs. They wasn't forced to pick cottons, none of that. They wasn't forced to work from sun up to sun up, man. They wasn't forced to do all that. Now you look at the history of America in the Caribbean, where the so-called African American man was forced to pick cotton, where the so-called Haitian man was forced to, produce sugar cane and all that. By the oppressor, by the people that oppressed, the people that went to so-called Africa, because we're not African. This is the history of how we got to Africa. By 70 AD, when Jerusalem was being seized by the Romans, we fled into Africa. That's why Christ said, when you see Jerusalem being seized by the enemy, flee to the mountains. The mountains is Africa. How you think he got away from the king Herod? Joseph and Mary fled to Egypt to blend in with people that look like them, because we know who the Romans were. They were so-called white men. So if Christ was a so-called white male oppressor, man, why he gonna go to a nation, a country that's full of dark-skinned people to blend in? They would have been caught him. So Mary and Joseph had to flee to a nation that's similar, that looks similar to them, same skin complexion, to blend in, to get away from Herod, so they wouldn't unalive Christ. So that's why Christ told us to run to a nation that looked like that, that we could blend in with. And that's what we did in 70 AD. We fled into the west coast of Africa. So now, fast forward 1,500 years later, the oppressor didn't know where we was. Our history is recorded in the Bible. It's recorded in the scripture where we're going to go at. So now we fled into Africa. Now they read the scripture. Now they knew who was going to get. That's why the African, they knew who was. They knew it was a different person from them. So when the oppressor came over there, the African already knew who to give up to. The oppressor already knew who they was looking for. That's why they sold us. That's why we was brought over here, taken by force on these ships, shackled up from, like layers where people defecating, the woman having their monthly cycle right there on the spot. And that's why it was over 99 million that was unalive, man, and was thrown into the sea to be brought over here in the USA to build this empire, this kingdom, to build the slave master kingdom on earth, heaven on earth. This is their heaven on earth, black man, Hispanic, and Native American, and this is your hell right here, man. It said we're gonna be brought back into Egypt again with ships, and that's what happened to us. This is what happened to us. This is history. Look it up. It's in the history of America, but they trying to hide it from you. But now it was in our history book back then. They told us that we came over on slave ship, but now they trying to hide and say that we migrated over here. on our own free will. We ain't migrated over here. It was taken by force, man. It was taken by force and brought over here to build this empire. So why is they hiding their history for? That's why they don't teach what you call it, critical theory, critical race theory no more. They used to teach critical race theory, but they don't teach it no more. Why? It's gonna bring up all the horror and the atrocity and the genocide that they're not the oppressor children gonna have to see that was my great father, great grandma that was doing all these things here. That's why they don't teach critical race theory no more, man. Because they don't want you to know the truth anymore, black man. They don't want their grandchildren to see what evil person that they was, how wicked they was towards black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. And a lot of people gonna say, "Oh, Hispanic, Mexican are not the same people as us." What? The scripture said that the house of Jacob, East, like the house of Israel and the house of Judah was being oppressed again. And a lot of things people don't know that the Mexican was in slavery before us, before the black man. They was in slavery before us. They was getting hung on tree before us. When it was over here, when Christopher Columbus so-called came over here, they was already getting hung. They was already getting in shackled before the so-called black man was. But they said the Hispanic man is not a part of Israel. Yes, we are. We're the same people. They went to slavery before we did, man. Over here. But they don't teach that in history though, because that's why people don't think that. That's why we think that Hispanic, man, we hate the Hispanic man, we can't stand them. And that's your brother, that's your sister, man. Okay, say, by the way thereof I speak unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. He said, the same way I'm telling you it's gonna happen, that's what's gonna happen. Same way I say you're not gonna see your homeland anymore, you ain't gonna see your homeland anymore. What happened? We still right here. They won't let us go. All the oppressor was meant to do was to put us in bondage and let us be. But no, they kept oppressing us, keep on unaliving us on the street. We still right in the land of our captive. We still not in our homeland. Israel is our homeland. That's why I said by the way thereof, you shall see it no more. We ain't gonna see our homeland anymore. So if the scriptures say the real Jews, the real Israelites, not gonna see their homeland anymore, what's the so-called Jewish men doing over there? Why are they over there? The scriptures say we ain't gonna see it anymore, man. Until Christ come and redeem us and give us salvation and put us back in our homeland. So what is they doing over there? Remember, Christ left Earth 2,000 years ago. America is the one that put the Israelites, the so-called Israelis, in that land in 1948. They don't that place them over there to make the state of Israel. So what are they doing over there? The scripture said the real Jews are not going to see their homeland anymore, man. Because we still in the land of our captive. We still in the Caribbean. We still in the UK. We still, every member said the real Jews going to be scattered from all around from the four corners of the earth. He said, thou shalt sit no more, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies. He said we're going to be sold unto our enemies, man. Did that happen to the so-called Jewish men? Was they sold to their enemies? No. Remember, they boarded that train on their own free will to go to Germany to look for jobs. They wasn't sold to nobody. After the war would happen with the Germans, after they was getting unaliving, which was only 6 million so-called Holocaust, the real Holocaust is what happened to black men coming over here. Real Holocaust is what happened to the Native Indian man. The real Holocaust is what happened to the Hispanic man. 77 million Native Indian men had to be unalived for this country, for this so-called USA empire. 99 million so-called African American had to be unalived just to be brought over here. That's the real Holocaust. Now you compare 6 million to 99 and 77 million. That is nothing. That's not no Holocaust. It was only 6 million of them that got unalived. Cause why? What's his name? Hitler already nukes. Hitler was a so-called Jewish man. So once he found out the truth, that he wasn't no Jew, and the so-called people that was calling themselves Jewish. No, so you want to be a real Jew. There's a book they called it's like I forgot the name of that book. It said something about the World War II. In the book, it got a picture where Hitler and his generals was watching documentaries, and on the picture, he on the next to the black man, he said the original Jews. Next to the so-called white man, the so-called oppressor, he called them bastard because they were trying to be something that they not. So why do you think he started putting them in their gas chamber in their oven to barbecue them? You want to be so-called black man? Okay, you're gonna be burnt then. Hitler already knew. That's why he said in his deathbed, even in his deathbed, that he gonna start World War III because America done got God's chosen the Jews of the Most High, and that's why even the second president of Egypt, and on a live interview, said this: the Jews would never live in peace here. You would never they would never live here in peace. Remember, that's the second. So now the Egyptian, they're not the original Egyptian, because the original Egyptian was dark skinned African. But this second president that gave this, Arabs, whatever it is, he gave a live interview and said they would never be accepted here. You would never live here in peace. Out of his own mind, he said, because the Jews left here black and came back white. Why would he make that statement? Because this is the truth. It's so much books, so much archaeology, so much truth. That's why they call. And you go to the museum in Russia right now, you see painting pictures of the real Israelite Christ. They all black men. The apostles all black men. There's a book called The Russian Icon. All that whitewashing ain't starting until the Renaissance days, man. When the Bible said they're gonna paint Whew, man. Like it. Yeah. Laptop done went off on me. Let it start over. Yeah, man. So it said we were sold onto our enemies, man. Look at the history of America. Didn't they have auction for Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian? Wasn't they having auction for us, man? There's